That Talking Podcast. I'm JJ Starr.
And I'm Downtown Andy.
Welcome. We are here to talk and bring some civil discourse to an otherwise discordant world.
I'm Andy. She's JJ.
We did that part. I'm hearing my cup like fizz, and I'm just tell me if it starts running over like
I have such
before.
supersonic hearing that I'm hearing everything, including like the hum of the lights and
Ugh.
Actually, I'm lying.
That would drive me nuts.
Yeah.
That
if you get super close, you can hear it. But
oh yeah.
Our listeners won't be able to hear it. How are you?
No, I'm all right. I'm doing okay. You know, it's been a long week. I had a lot going on this week.
When is it not a long week?
No.
When
Like I thought, like I'm not
exhausted. Things going on.
Putting words in my mouth. I said it was a long week.
I'm trying to finish a sentence.
I'm trying to finish a sentence.
Yeah, well.
I'll do rock, paper, scissors to see who gets to finish their sentence.
No, we'll roll the dice like we did at our wedding.
No, I was just saying that there was a lot going on this week. Like, I feel like we haven't spent a lot of time here in the bubble.
We spent an hour in the bubble last week.
We did.
We spent an hour in the bubble every week.
Yeah, but
you know what else we do every week?
Yes. For the people in the back, what do we do? What do we do? Tell them. Look right at them. What do we do?
We put out an episode. Continue.
Something about rules, right? Were we going to do the rules?
I was going to wait until way later. You messed up my setup.
Well, we can always bring it back around. But we do. Hi, Mama. We do have 3 rules for the sake of civility here in the bubble, in the cone of silence.
The half bubble.
The half bubble.
They can't tell
the semicircle.
There's only a semi-scrim around here. Yeah.
We'll do a BTS one of these days. We'll do a BTS video, and we'll do a live stream.
What is BTS?
Behind the scenes.
Oh.
It's also a K-pop band, but BTS in this particular context,
like Matchbook Romance. They might as well be K-pop at this point.
They're not K-pop. None of them are K.
They're about to be.
But yes, we have 3 rules here because we keep it civil, and those rules are nothing, no judgment, nothing personal, and don't be a dick. I mean, it is nothing personal.
I'm so glad you got that down.
And no judgment. But
remember when you used to get it like mix match?
Yes, similar to whenever I spell restaurant, and I do second guess whether or not I did it correctly.
I'm 38 years old, and I still fuck it up every time.
I still wonder if I'm doing it correctly. I'm like, it is restaurant. Restaurant.
You know, at almost 40 years old, there's still a handful of words that I have to check myself on.
It's not restaurant.
Yeah, it's
it's restaurant.
Yes. Right.
Whew.
Yeah.
Well, it's the end of the birthday week.
Yes.
And we're moving on to business. What do you want to talk about something? What do you want to talk about?
I always want to talk about. Well, you said we talked about nothing last week. I think we talked
about a little bit of everything.
Yeah, last week was the palate cleanser.
It was
a palate cleanser.
Every once in a while.
We spent we did a 2-week stint on, current events, and then we're like, okay, let's bring it back. We're having some festivities coming up.
Yeah, we gotta lower the bar.
Let's get serious again. Let's get serious. Thankfully, nobody's been fucking shot or killed that we know of.
Toy salt over
major fucking, like
no.
I'm just beyond it now. I'm beyond the current events. I'm beyond the daily feed. I'm beyond the fucking, I've had a love-hate relationship with social media over the last, or at least the time that we've been together.
I think everyone has.
Yeah.
Everyone has, but no one does anything about it.
Oh, I've done things. It's just I always end up going back on those things.
Yeah.
Like because the thing is, like, there's an option to like permanently delete your Facebook, and then there's an option to like hiatus it for 30 days.
You can snooze yourself.
Yeah.
That's pitiful.
So I did that a couple of times, and then right around the 29th day, I'm like, I can't delete this because it's got photos and videos that I'll never be able to get back. They're like only on there.
Right.
Yeah.
But
so in 2017, what I did was I screen grabbed every video that was exclusive to my Facebook in case I ever did permanently delete it.
Yeah.
So now I have those videos saved as files in my laptop.
Yeah.
Just in case I'm ever like, fuck Facebook, click, delete, done.
This isn't, I think, where we're going to stick to it, but it's like, if you were to snooze yourself, go on Facebook specifically and put your own account on snooze for 30 days, but then you decide you want to end the snooze earlier, it's just going to let you. Like, it's not like it's going to hold you to it. It's like, are you sure? And it's like, oh, yeah, why not? But
there are, certain instances of, like, once you what was it? Like, when I was going through that spat with TikTok, like, one too many times I made a comment that they didn't like on somebody's thing. So then they just permanently deleted my account. And I'm like, where's your justification? First of all, where's your proof?
Yeah.
Like, I want to know.
It's a AI.
I want to know what the comment was. I want to know what thread it was on. Like, tell me so that way I don't. First of all, that I know not to do this again.
Yeah.
And how am I supposed to get back all the stuff that I posted that is now lost in the ether? Like, you know, I don't have all that stuff saved.
It's been a couple of years now since I almost got banned from Instagram.
I remember that.
Almost. I almost got banned from Instagram because I tried to post something that was it was a commentary on censorship. And the photo was completely, I mean, I wouldn't call it family friendly, but it was completely in context. Like they say that you can,
by human standards,
you can show certain things when it is, you know, for health, you know, purposes or artistic purposes or expressionist purposes or whatever and everything. And I'm like, well, that's what I'm doing. And they're like, no, you can't do that. And I tried to post it so many times that eventually they were like, if you post this one more time, we're gonna dismantle you.
If you roll 3 doubles, you're going straight to jail.
Exactly. So I took it down, but I still have the photo and everything, and I actually still have all of the screen grabs of "we're censoring you," because I tried to post that, and then out of spite they were like, "You absolutely out of spot." They were like, "You can't do that,
Dr. Spot."
But I maybe I'll try and post that again now because, you know, it's a couple of years and social media has. I guess the robots. Well, apparently now robots are just like,
you can post
whatever.
nudity on TikTok, or not TikTok, on Twitter.
You've been able to post nudity on Twitter forever.
That's ridiculous.
You can post full penetration.
See, that is absolutely absurd.
Oh yeah, you can show spread assholes, gaping wide assholes.
We're just making
it
easier for kids to be degenerates, and yet
they will.
Like when we were younger, we had to seek that stuff.
They'll put a sensitivity warning on it. But
everybody can.
All you have to do is click. Yeah, show me.
Like, we're just not making it difficult at all to hide, you know, inappropriate material from young enough eyes.
But now I think the worst part is that, and this is something that we were talking about earlier, right? Is that now the things that are on social media are not things that we're trying to keep from kids or anything like that. Like the comments that people are leaving and the social commentary that everyone seems to have nowadays.
Well, let's go back.
Which to me is really what we should be keeping from the youth.
Let's go back to the beginning. Remember a couple of days ago we were talking about what social media was originally used for and how like politicians and advertisers weren't making use of it. It was literally just for like us and our generation when we were in high school, middle school, to share music and movies and videos and clips.
Well, it was a social network, was what it was.
It was our means of communicating with our friends when the phone line was tied up. You know, because we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have texting. It's like, but we had the family computer, so we could go on AIM, for those of us who remember AIM, and MySpace and LiveJournal and GeoCities and all these other, and Pure Volume and all these other ones that only people our age are going to remember. Yeah. But the bottom line is that it was strictly a communication tool for us to stay in touch with people that we couldn't readily have access to.
Yep.
Okay. Over the next 2 decades, that would all blow up and expand to include smartphones and tablets and all sorts of other devices and mediums and whatnot. But then, like I said to you the other day, I remember the moment when I first discovered that people in professional settings were making use of social media and thought how unprofessional it seemed to me. It's just like, wait a minute, you're a senator running for re-election and you're advertising on Facebook. To me, it seemed like the equivalent of a student using Wikipedia as a source.
And I'm there with you on that
or
one.
the first time that I saw like a major corporation advertising their products in ads on Facebook feed. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. Like, my feed is 99% comprised of, posts of my friends and family. And now all of a sudden I'm seeing ads for shit that I have no interest in and have no need or want for.
Well, I do find it gives me a little chuckle when I think that you can, in fact, you can go on your Facebook feed or your Instagram feed and you can, or your TikTok feed for that matter, and you can just see friends. Yeah. But you have
it's not what it defaults to.
You have to select that option. Like it won't just open
it's
that
not the
way.
Default,
it's
right.
like, why? Why is that not the way it is? Like, there's still the discover page
Mhm.
on Instagram, at least. So it's like, this is where the robots are telling you, like, oh, these are the things that you typically look at on here. Let's show you some more of the same stuff and everything. But instead, now that's also your home feed, which is just stupid.
I remember when it was just MySpace. Then it was MySpace and Facebook. Then it was really just Facebook and then YouTube. And then, but then Instagram came along, Twitter came along, Snapchat came along, all the other ones in between that I can't even think of off the top of my head because I never fucking use them.
I wouldn't call Snapchat part of the social network. I really wouldn't.
I mean, like, I first learned what it was in 2015, and I had it for like a minute, and then I'm like, wait a minute, the images you send disappear after however much time?
Not anymore.
But in that time frame that I used it, it's like, wait a minute, if this is the whole, means of its exist, like, why would I use that? Like,
well, it's the same as the Instagram story. And when I realized that, I'm like, oh, well, why am I doing both?
But you can go back and you can look at your old Instagram stories. They don't go away. They stay in your archive.
Your Snapchat also does not go away anymore.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, at the time, once your Snapchat's disappeared, it's like, well, then why am I going to use this when I can hang on to everything in the other ones?
I use it for the camera filters.
That's what I had always heard. But it just didn't make sense. And it also didn't make sense to me. It's like, why do we need to have so many different platforms? Like, why not just keep it to one or maybe like two? Why do you have to have an Instagram and a Facebook and a Snapchat and a YouTube and a TikTok and a Twitter? Like, why does there have to be all of them?
Now there doesn't, because TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook all post to each other.
Right.
They all repost to each other. So it's like, if you go on Facebook and you see something, it'll be on Instagram. If you are on Instagram and you see a reel, it'll be on TikTok. Like, it's the same thing in 3 different places. So it's like, you don't need to use all 3 of those. I really don't. I've tried to get back into using TikTok, and I have failed twice now.
I've narrowed it down.
Oh,
I've narrowed it down. I finally got my feed down to strictly just my interests. Mm-hmm. So now it's kind of filtering out a lot of the bullshit. And it's also much easier now for me to swipe past the stuff that I don't want to look at. Good. So it's literally just like, I check my on this day on Facebook in the morning. I do a quick scroll through Instagram, but then I immediately go to TikTok, and it's just like, okay, this thing that I like, this thing that I like, this thing I like, and then it's time to get ready for work. So I'm not scrolling for endless hours on stuff that, I'm going to get lost in. It's just like, okay, right, this one thing that I like, and it's purely interest at this point. And then if it ever gets to be what I left it for, that constant bombardment of AI, because that's what pissed me off. That's what made me leave the first time. It's like all this AI bullshit that I know is fake, that I can tell is fake. It's like, I don't want to see this every single reel. So I'm going to take a break.
Now, for me, and this is bringing it back around to what we were talking about earlier, is that the things that I am more likely to scroll right past are the things that are like the diatribes that real people take the time out of their lives.
You mean the ones who are sitting in their driver's seat out in a parking lot,
amazes
who
me.
Have to sit there with the phone in
their
face?
That's just it. Is that certain people? I feel like certain people put it on Facebook, so they write it out, and other people, and I don't know if it's a generational thing or what, but then other people will put it on TikTok and Reels as a video, because now that you can do TikToks longer than a minute, I think you can do up to 5 minutes now. And I'm like, so now there's nothing stopping people from just sitting there and complaining.
Listen, if anybody should be in the business of shameless self-promotion, it's people like us. Like, I've been in bands my entire life. I'm the one who needs to constantly be putting my product in people's faces to be like, come to our show, buy our tickets, buy
my
EP.
shit.
Exactly. But I do not have it in me to sit in my car in a parking lot with a camera in my face and be like, I just want you all to know that this thing that's going on somewhere else in the country is really upsetting and offending me, and you all need to know how I feel about it.
Tell the
right
people
now.
About it. You have to know.
They just did. You know what? Now I'm gonna go make a reel that says just that, and I'm gonna blast it. I'm gonna fucking blast it.
And then there are the people who, instead of making a stupid video, I'm sorry, they take so much time to write out these essays. I'm like, I'm sorry, if you want to print an editorial, write to a magazine
or your newspaper.
Exactly. Like, it's so bonkers to me that people will do this. And then, because it's the social network, everyone else takes the time to not only read, I presume that is a presumption, but not only read this shit, but then interact with it. No.
I am done. I am officially done reading essays. I am officially done commenting. I am officially done retorting. I am officially done buying into and falling trapped to anybody's bullshit.
But I'm okay, and in that same vein, I would still like to know when this Facebook crusading, when someone decided that this was no longer cyberbullying.
We were talking about that this
afternoon. Like, when was that? Because you and I remember when cyberbullying was a big deal. I mean, they were making Lifetime movies about it.
I remember when I learned about cyberbullying, and I'm just like, I told you this afternoon, I couldn't believe that when I heard it for the first time that it was actually a thing. It's like, okay, just turn off the fucking computer. Yeah. It's like people are shit talking you to your face through a screen. Like, the whole keyboard warrior thing.
But then they're trashing you to other people and, like, getting other people and everything. Like, but it's like, it's the same thing. It's just a new way of doing it behind your back.
Like, the fact that we lost people to suicide because of shit like this, it's just like, that's fucking disgusting. But I mean, I was telling you this afternoon, it's like, I should have known better. But, yesterday or the day before, I commented on something, and I've had this problem a lot. It's that I can't comment on anything, even in a positive manner. Yeah. I can't comment to somebody about something that we share a mutual interest in and give an opinion or just say, like, oh, I like your thing or this, that, the other thing, without some fucking prick who has all the time in the world and nothing better to do to clap back with their 2 cents just to shit on my day. Mm-hmm. It's like, what the fuck is the matter with you? Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand the people who see nothing wrong with just being so blatantly rude and cruel. And if they were to hear me right now, they'd call me a pussy. They'd say, grow a thick skin. They'd be like, well, you're just a fucking, what's the soft brain or something like that, or whatever.
Soft brain?
Yeah, I've gotten that one too.
The fuck?
Or smooth brain, excuse
me. Smooth brain?
Yeah.
Snooty?
Snotty.
Snooty.
Yeah, get that one. But see, now we're the old generation with the old.
I don't give a shit if we're the old generation. I still want to know when was it decided, and by whom was it decided that this was not bullying? Listen, that's exactly what it is. But again, there is en masse. There are two sides, and both sides are looking at the other one and saying that one's the bad guy and I'm the good guy.
Listen,
and if you are the good guy, you cannot be considered a bully. That it bounces off of you. It's like, and it's bullshit.
I have come to the conclusion that there is no winning. There's no peaceful resolution, because no matter what you say, even if you try to get somebody to empathize with your point, or to understand where you're coming from, or if you simply just flat out tell them, be like, listen, I didn't come here to start an argument. I'm not trying to, go back and forth with you. I'm just saying, this is my opinion, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
And everybody, whether it's a real person or a bot or whatever, there's always some snarky comment that follows it up. There's always somebody to be just a dick just because they can. And we don't tolerate that shit, especially not in this podcast, okay?
No, we don't tolerate dicks.
Like, it's made that so that I don't even want to engage. If I see a post about something, even something I like, it's like, I don't care. Yeah. And the biggest problem of all is something that we usually refrain from, and that's politics. Everybody is taking to social media to argue about fucking politics, to argue about the administration and what they're doing and what they're not doing, and who's coming up next and who's the real, good guys and this, that, the other thing. And it's just like, I've seen my own family go back and forth ad nauseum about this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just constantly just tearing into each other, and seeing their respective groups come to their aid to be like, well, your friends and family are a bunch of idiots. Well, your fucking coworkers are a bunch of idiots. And there's no common ground because nobody wants to find it. Nobody wants to seek the common ground. They just want to be like, well, my side's right because I believe in this, and your side's wrong because you're on the wrong team.
Yep.
Like, and I've made the mistake of chiming in from time to time and trying to be the voice of reason.
Yeah.
And eventually, and I've even said this to my friends, my family, my whoever, like I'm like, we're all better than this. We should all know better. Like, I'm almost 40. My brothers are in their, or one is 50,
they're
and
both,
one is about to be 50.
Circling 50. One's on one side, one's on the other side.
My cousins are in their 50s. You know, my uncle is almost 80. And all of it, like, they're just going back and forth about all this shit all the fucking time. And they always have to one up each other with something that somebody else shared to them that they found, and back. And it's so fucking pointless to me.
It is pointless.
It's like, do I have my opinion? Yes. Am I passionate about my opinion? Sure. Do I think that it's necessary to foist it on the rest of the world? Not anymore.
If someone wants to,
because look at what it's resulted in.
If someone wants to take to the internet, whether it's social media or whatever other, a blog or whatever other venue they want to output this in, right? If they want to do that, that's fine. If they're doing it to glean some kind of validation, that's teetering for me on pathetic. Pettiness. Because, like, never once have I ever uttered an opinion with an objective tied to it. I have never, me personally, just me, just this girl. I've never once uttered an opinion with an objective tied to it, i.e., I am saying this so that everyone in the room knows I feel this way, or I'm saying this with the intention of changing your mind about how you think, or I'm saying this because everyone needs to know that I'm right and those who disagree with me are wrong. I don't do that. And that's what these are at this point. I've known plenty of people, and I wish that this were still a thing, but it's not anymore. Plenty of people who have posted something serious about their life, or something that they're going through, or something they believe in, or a current event, or anything like this. And this stopped probably within the last 5 years, I would say. But they would turn off commenting. So you could not
say anything, right?
actually comment on this. And it's like, because I have to say something, and that's it. But I am not interested in opening up a conversation, which is okay. You are allowed to say something without, it's like...
Really?
It's
Wish somebody would have told me that.
The idea that, like, you can say something without it requiring eliciting a response. Like, that's just it. Like, I can look at you and say, I find you to be a very handsome man, right? But I don't need you to say thank you. I don't need you to reciprocate the compliment. I don't need you to react in any kind of way.
It doesn't need fixing.
It doesn't need fixing.
We know what that is.
But that's just it, is that I can say something out loud. Like, I can say, I don't follow football. I don't have to justify it.
God.
I don't have to justify it. I don't have to argue with someone like, oh, how could you not? Like, no.
But it's Super Bowl Sunday.
No. I could just say, I don't follow football.
And we don't give a shit.
It's like, that's just it. But, like, that's there's nothing wrong with that. And if someone says you don't even watch the halftime show, it's like, no, because I don't care. I don't care enough to devote my time to it. And that's my personal opinion. Like, it's just something that I'm allowed to do.
We were talking about this afternoon. Like, the fact that...
Football?
No.
Oh.
Nachos? No, it's like... Easy there, cowboy. Like, there have been... Part of what led to my decision on this is friends and or coworkers of my brother have come to me and my cousin and my uncle and been like, you should all be ashamed of yourself. You know, your brother is really, you know, championing like he's really got it right, and you should all be ashamed of yourself for your opinion. How dare you, blah blah blah.
Yeah, how dare you have an opinion.
And then meanwhile, I hear my cousin and my uncle on the other side saying, like, I don't know what happened to your brother. I don't know when he, you know, lost his way or whatever. And it's just like, I can't believe I'm hearing this shit from both sides. Like, it's just like, we're all fucking family. And I'm likening this to fucking the children that we used to be bickering over social media, you know, at its inception 20-something years ago.
I remember,
and these are people who are supposed to be grown adults.
I remember being a small child, smaller than I am now. I remember being a small child, and if you did not, there were certain people that if you did not agree with them, they wouldn't be your friend. Did you ever experience that?
Yes. Sure, yeah.
Do you remember when you got old enough to realize that that's stupid? Because I'm pretty sure I picked it up in, like, middle school.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I threw somebody out of this house a year ago because they weren't very friendly.
But that's just it, is that I remember being on the playground in elementary school and being like, we're going to play this. And if you don't want to do that, then you're not my friend anymore. And it's just like...
I mean, I don't remember it being that cut and dry.
Oh, I do. Maybe because my friend... Maybe because we were girls. And we were real direct about our cattiness.
I was never a girl, so.
But that's just it, is that I liken it to that.
I didn't even have, like, I wasn't friendly with the girls when we were that young. It was just the guys hung out with the guys, the girls hung out with the girls, and never the tween shall meet.
I mean, we did every once in a while.
Yeah. Once we hit middle school, then the sexes started to mingle.
If you were a tomboy, or if you were into something like wrestling or something like that, then like the boys would play with you.
Like, when we were in middle school, like the girls would hang out with the skaters. Like we'd all like go to like behind the Grand Union to go skating, and like we'd all just hang out and do stuff we weren't supposed to be doing.
But like I liken it to that, and I can't believe that we're back there. Like, don't get me wrong, things come back around. Bell bottoms came back in the 90s. Thanks, I guess.
They're called Jenkos.
No. Those are not bell bottoms.
Those are bell all the way.
Those are bell from the hip, and then they bell. That's the bell jar, essentially.
So then what's a baby bell?
That's a little wheel of cheese. And do not let anyone fool you. They're terrible.
I'd never had one. Maybe one. I don't know.
But that's just it, is that like, I understand that these things come back around, but like, this is one that I never thought would. This whole idea of, if you're not with me, you're against me. It's like, no.
Here's the thought that always crosses my mind. It's like, so I have this demoralization in regards to social media, so it makes me refrain from engaging.
Yeah.
And what makes me question is that the goal? Like, is that secretly, underhandedly the goal? Like, is whoever's, you know, controlling the puppet trying to get people like me to disengage on purpose? Like, is that what it is? Or I mean, I could be thinking too far into it and thinking like it's, you know, they really just don't give a shit. But it's like, if I don't then therefore have a thing to respond with, then that's one less resistance for them to be against.
That's just it, though, is that I would not place that theory under the tinfoil hat category, because it does make sense.
It makes sense, but you'll make yourself crazy thinking about shit like that.
Well, yes. You know, I mean, it gets to the point of like, you know, you start to question, is anyone telling the truth? Is anything trustworthy? Can I believe in anything? But like the idea that, you know, there are people who are determined to wear you down so far into nothingness. They're grinding you down so hard that you do not even have the bandwidth to clap back anymore. Because if it's a battle of who's going to be louder, then once the other side stops yelling back, then side one doesn't even have to yell anymore. They can whisper, because if no one's clapping back at you, you don't even have to be loud anymore. And all you have to do is talk.
As we both know, just the loudest one is not always the right one. No. Half the time, I would say at least half the time,
the loudest one is the one who they need to get their facts straight even louder.
Like, that's just it. I remember growing up being encouraged not to be the loud one, not to be the aggressive one, because, you know, people will listen to you better, or, you know, if you don't show if you show restraint, that shows maturity or something like that, you know?
I feel like, and while I agree with that, I don't think it's necessary to categorize it as restraint. That's just it. I don't, because I think we have entered the age of the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And I think that that's where we're at now. I think that the mindset is, en masse, the mindset is, if I throw enough at the wall.
If I throw enough of a temper tantrum.
Yeah, if I throw enough of a temper tantrum, eventually I'll just be given. I will wear everyone down so far that they will just give me what I want.
You've heard me complain ad nauseum about all the things at my job, and the sad reality is the only time anything ever gets done to the point where I like, for me to get anything that I actually need to do my job safely, properly, I have to be loud. I have to be persistent. I have to constantly just barrage upper management with my complaints until they can't take it anymore, just to get the bare modicum of what I need to do the job properly.
But
because if I just go to them in a calm, rational, you know, in a normal tone, I'm like, listen, this thing's wrong. Like, I need it fixed, or I need, you know, whatever. It just gets ignored, and it keeps getting kicked down the road until eventually I get fed up, and then, you know, like, and it seems like that example is transcending across every other facet of life now.
But you just from in my experiences of you, my husband, that you in your own experience, I have a hiccup, excuse me. You in your own experience have sort of equated you've sort of named this odd dichotomy of either throwing a tantrum or accepting futility. And it's like, it's not a dichotomy. It doesn't have to be extreme. It doesn't have to be extreme like that, you know? Because the idea of, well, if I don't pitch a fit about things, nothing will ever get done. It's like, you're not a doormat for, you know, for taking the peaceful way out. I'm not going to say the easy way out. I'm going to say the peaceful way out.
Just look at
and that's the same thing that happens on social media now, especially because if you do not have a comment about it, then you are not only an outlier, but you are shunned for being so.
Like, I'll get specific, and I just like, it's still so stupid to me, but like, somebody posted a thing about the remaining guys in Pantera potentially either putting out new material or unreleased material from when Daryl and Vinny were still alive. And the only thing that I said in response was, I say, perpetuate their legacy by any means necessary, okay? Sure. Because if you don't continue to put stuff out, eventually people are just going to forget. Generations are going to pass, and if people don't, you know, expose up-and-coming generations to their stuff, my own kids don't listen to any of the stuff that we listen to, so I can't expect.
Do you know that?
Yes.
That's sad.
I remember trying to show Oliver like Motorhead and Metallica when he was like Henry's age, and he was like, "This is annoying."
Yeah, but now
like,
he's essentially an adult now, and for all you know, he could know those things and enjoy them.
Bottom line was, I said, listen, this is the same exact debate that went on before Zach was asked to fill in on guitar for the reunion shows. They've been on a nonstop reunion tour for the last like 3 years.
Who, Pantera?
Pantera, yeah. So it's Phil and Rex with Zach Wilde and Charlie from Anthrax, because Vinny and Paul and Daryl are dead. So, and all the comments back then were just like, he's not Dimebag, he's not going to play the same, this is bullshit, you know, it's disrespectful to the family, it's disrespectful to their legacy. It's like, did you forget that Zach Wilde and Dimebag Daryl were like best friends when he was still alive? They did so many festivals and so many tours together. They did so many like Guitar Magazine cover shoots and guested on each other's things and everything. He you know, dedicated a song on one of his albums and the music video to him and his memory and everything. And so even with that in mind, you're going to say it's disrespectful for this guy to pay tribute to his dead friend.
I can't imagine being so much of a purist that I would rather the music die than be, you know, reiterated, for lack of a better way of saying it.
It's due in part to the fact that, like, towards the end, Phil and Dime were, like, really hostile towards each other because Phil was still on drugs and, you know, fucking up a lot of shows, and that's what kind of led to the breakup and them starting Damage Plan and all this other stuff. But he got sober, he got clean, you know, and Rex was in on it too, and sure as shit, you know, they reformed the band. They did a 2+ year long tour, sold out every single fucking time, because there's people who haven't heard those songs in 20 something years. There's kids who've never seen these guys live who want to see them. Mm-hmm. There's kids who fucking love Zakk Wylde and love Charlie. Like, and so all I said in this comment was, like, if they want to release unreleased stuff, they're gonna do it. You know, if they want to put out new stuff, they're gonna fucking do it. And I'm fairly certain they're gonna have the Abbott family's blessing. Like, and I got laugh emoji after laugh emoji after laugh emoji after laugh emoji before somebody was like, you're a fucking retard, you know.
And how is that not bullying? Ugh. But that's just it, is that, you know, it's like you're...
I totally thought that it was going to be responded to with, yeah, but, or, and then there was going to be some sort of civil discourse over, like, but yeah, but he's not Dime, and, you know, it's really not cool. But, and I even said, I'm like, listen, I understand how people are going to see it as disrespectful, okay? He's not Dime, okay? Dime died. To a degree, yes, the music should have died with him because he was murdered and blah, 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 blah. But it's like, you know, there's people who still, like, Rex and Phil aren't dead. Like, what are they supposed to do? Like, they want to pay tribute to their deceased friends.
Yeah.
Like, just because Jim died didn't mean we stopped playing Two-Fisted Law songs.
No.
He would want us to keep going. I know that because he told me. You know?
I don't... And you know what is that in an instance like that, like, all I'm thinking is, like, you know, you talking about getting laugh emoji after laugh emoji after laugh emoji and everything. And it's like, you can imagine that there are going to be people out there who will see that and agree with you, but they're not chiming in.
No.
And I often feel like, you know, people will rise to the occasion of coming to your defense, but for some reason only in certain situations. Only with regards to
if it's safe.
Yeah.
Just like in the band, I can't tell you how many not even just my current band, but band examples in general, where it's like, I have something to say or I have a suggestion to make, and even people in the band who agree with my idea or my position will only chime in if they feel it's a safe thing to say, like if they're not going to be ousted by the people who disagree with me.
And this is just it, is that what exactly is the to what detriment? What is the punishment? What is the penalty for speaking out on someone's behalf? Because it must exist somehow. There must be a penalty that the social contract has put it out there. It's in there somewhere. Maybe in the fine print or something, that there is a penalty for coming to the defense of the unpopular opinion.
I mean, a couple of years ago, all I did was ask a question about the Rat's Nest Nazis, and I was met with hostility because I did something that somebody else wasn't willing to do.
But according to sources, there were, in fact, Nazis.
We saw them the last time.
Did you see Nazis?
Of course we did.
I wonder if it was the same Nazis.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah. Well, you know, they're not bothering anybody. I guess that's all right. In context. Like, I disagree with their opinion.
As do I.
Like, but that's just it, is that, like, you know, even disagreeing with someone does not make it, you know, nothing is as black and white as everyone wants to believe it is. Nothing is. So this whole idea of going on, you know, dusting off that soapbox and making sure that you have enough people holding you up so you don't fall off.
You famously said to me, there are many subtle levels.
In all fairness, that's not my line. That is from Ghostbusters too. Did you know Bill Murray was on Hot Ones?
Was he?
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch that.
I would actually. Did we watch it already or no?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's new.
I'm pretty sure I'd remember that.
Yeah. So I want to go back. I want to
that.
go back. I want to watch that. I want to go watch that. We'll do that.
I want to go back and watch. I want to go back and watch that video of him like threatening to hit a fan again.
You attack me like that again, I'll step on your shoe, or I'll step on your foot, or whatever he said. It was ridiculous.
For those who don't know, he was at like an airport or a mall or something, and somebody was hovering over him with a camera. And he turns around with his security, points his finger at the guy, and he's like, that's what he said. He's just like, if you touch me again like that, I'm going to step on your foot.
Oh, God.
That's how you handle hecklers.
I do not like, and I've said this before, I don't like that I don't like that my business depends to at least a comparable degree on its presence on social media.
But that's everything nowadays.
I know, I hate it
because everyone's so attached to it. I
really hate it.
It's like an addiction. It's become like a textbook addiction that people struggle to limit or get away from. Yeah. Like, you know, again, I've taken breaks from platforms. I have taken breaks from my phone. I've said to myself so many times, like, I want to delete all the apps except for the phone, like the calling function, for a while, and just let that be and go back to what a cell phone was originally intended for, just making fucking phone calls and maybe playing the snake game.
Have you ever accidentally deleted the phone app from your phone?
But I have forgotten.
I did that.
The fucking funniest thing was there was that one show that only Jim, Kyle, and I could do at Oddfellows Lodge, and I forgot my phone here.
Yeah.
And I was without my phone all fucking day, out shopping and doing errands and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know, because there would be so many moments where I'd reach in my pocket and be like, oh, where's my, oh, shit, no, I left it at home. I'm like, I'll get it when I'm done. And I come home to like a million missed calls and texts from Kyle, like telling me either what time we needed to be there or whatever. It was like, where were you? You know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, listen, I knew about the show. I'll be there. But it was so liberating. Yeah. It was so liberating to not have that crutch, because that's really what it is. It is. It's like a fucking bear trap. Mm-hmm. Like,
just gnaw your foot off and get out.
But like you said, so much of what we do, whether it be art, music, the podcast, just advertising in general, just staying connected to other people, it's so, you know, social media is so pertinent to all of that, because that's how you reach everyone now.
And it is a crapshoot of whether or not you actually reach people.
Like, you can't rely on flyers. You can't rely on going around posting flyers. You can't take out ads in a local paper. No. You can't, you know, stand on a street corner on your soapbox and shout to your heart's content. Like I still remember the days when we would have to send out invites to Facebook events. Like, we'd book a show, we'd make a Facebook event for it. And then we'd have, before you could click send all, you had to individually click everyone on your friends list. So I'd just go down the list, be like, invite. Oh, that's my cousin in another state. Don't bother, because they're not going to show up. Invite, and just keep going. Yeah. And just hope that people would actually give enough of a shit to attend your thing.
For our wedding, it was, I hope people give enough of a shit to open this Evite. Yeah. And many of them did not. Many of them were just like, oh, was that for your wedding? And I'm like, yeah, and? Because honestly, when it came down to it, I didn't give a shit if anyone showed up.
The people who really mattered showed up.
Exactly. You know? Exactly.
Like, your parents, your closest friend, you know. Yeah. Our closest friends. Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And that was all that mattered.
A bunch of people that we no longer talk to because they turned out to be really shitty people.
Seriously. God. It's going to be like a bad yearbook photo where we just start Xing out people.
No,
it's going to be like the hellfish.
It's going to be like
everyone's just done. Yeah. Like Back to the Future. Everyone just start fading out until it's just you and me.
And that's all that matters. I told you, one of my coworkers, after he and I got into a spat, he had the photo of me with all my coworkers that came to our wedding. He had it tacked up at his case for the longest time. And then he and I got into a fight, and then he just tossed it. And I put a handwritten note on the back of it, like thanking him. And shit, you know, so fuck him.
Yeah, fuck you, guy. I don't know who it was, but fuck you anyway. Because this is my soapbox and I can say that.
You should go in the car. After we're done, go in your car and just record a video right in the garage.
Just in the dark, in the garage, just Blair Witch style.
Oof.
I'm so scared. The world is turning to shit.
But that's just it. It's not really like, and it doesn't have to. Like these people who are constantly getting up in arms about the state of the world or the state of ICE or the police or the government or whatever it is. Like our lives right now are still 100 times better than people's lives were, say, 100 years ago or 200 years ago. Like, look at all we have. Look at everything that's available to us. Look at the things that we can choose to do and choose not to do. And yet we allow this misery to perpetuate because some of us just don't have as much self-control as we should.
And some of us, not us, not the us in this room, but some of y'all don't have the audacity, and dare I say, the audacity to be optimistic. You don't have the balls to do it because if you have the gall, if you got the cojones to actually be, you do, if you've got the balls to actually be positive and happy and, dare I say, content, what on earth will your fear-mongering misery cohort think of you? You don't have the balls to step away and just say, you know what? Shit is not nearly as bad in my life as I want everyone to believe, because I need everyone to believe that I am as miserable as they are. Otherwise, who's going to talk to me? I'm going to have to eat lunch all by myself. Pitiful. It really makes me angry. And not a lot makes me angry. I am a very sunshiny fucking person. I really am. I'm so full of lollipops and rainbows. It's ridiculous.
Well, pass some over. Jeez, I could use some lollipops. God
but
damn.
like, it really chaps my nads that this many people are determined.
You got me thinking about lollipops now.
Yeah, I have a butterscotch. I got a butterscotch dum-dum from the nail salon.
I remember the ones you used to get at the bank.
The fake charms?
No.
No-name charms?
No. Just like the plain, like the classic, like 5 flavors, like in the glass bucket, like.
Yeah, you're green, purple, red, orange, and I think yellow.
Yeah.
Now I really want a Charms lollipop, though.
And they'd probably still be there if that car hadn't driven through the wall.
Was that the same bank that some guy robbed on a bike?
No, that was here in town. The one I'm talking about is in my hometown.
Oh, yeah.
Like, somebody drove it through the brick wall. I'm like, what?
I just don't understand this. You know what I mean? These soapbox warriors...
Well, they used to be called keyboard warriors.
Wouldn't you rather be a soapbox racer?
I'd rather be a speed racer. Here
go
he comes.
Speed racer, go. I just don't get it. Like, there's nothing wrong with optimism. There's nothing wrong with contentment. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing with someone. But the idea that, if you were to step back, right, and not add your 2 cents, you know, like if you really were just to sort of let it go, just let it pass, because, and I think it's because people find it futile to you know, it's like, well, no one's gonna listen to me if I speak up, no one's gonna listen to me if I don't speak up, so I may as well just say what's on my mind.
I'll end with this. Okay. And it's that a lot of it is being fueled by the wrong people, by the absolute wrong people, to be, you know, stoking these flames. And that's, you know, like Brenton sent me a video this morning, and it started off with Elvis, and then it made its way to Dolly Parton, and then it made its way to Gene Simmons, and I think there was 1 or 2 other ones in there. I can't, but it was always them. It was all them being interviewed about their opinions, their political decisions, or whatever. And they all said the same. These were all old. Well, actually, no. The Dolly Parton and the Elvis were old interviews. Gene Simmons was more recent.
Elvis is dead.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, those two seemed to be, much, much older. The Gene Simmons one was like maybe a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
But they all echoed the same sentiment, and that's, why the fuck do you want my opinion? First of all, it's none of your fucking business. Second, you shouldn't be listening to me. And Gene Simmons goes, he's like, I stick out my tongue for a living. Like, who the fuck am I?
Yeah.
But to somebody who can read into it, it makes all the sense in the world. It's like, these people are celebrities. They're even telling you point blank in some instances, our job is to entertain.
Mm-hmm.
Our job is to make you feel emotions. Like, it's not to tell you who to vote for. It's not to tell you what to think or what to believe. You're supposed to figure that shit out on your own. You're supposed to vote with your conscience. And I'm quoting them and saying that. Like,
yeah.
And the fact that people these days take their cue, like, everybody knows what a huge Motorhead fan I am. I don't agree with Lemmy's politics at all.
Yeah.
At all. He is one of my fucking heroes when it comes to music, and I completely disagree with his politics.
Because there's nothing wrong with separating the art from the artist.
I disagree. Believe it or not, when it comes to a lot of my favorite musicians, athletes, like whoever, I disagree with a lot of their politics, but I still appreciate their gift to the world.
But you're also not allowing them to dictate how you should think.
Now, when I was younger, it might have been different. Now that I'm older, wiser, able to read between the lines, like,
able to form your own opinion.
Exactly. Like, I respect their position on the disagreement. Like, it's I don't remember who said it. It's the, I may disagree with what you say, but I'll defend till death your right to say it. Like, you didn't say that.
No, but I feel that way.
Like, I remember learning that in school and being like, you know what, that makes them more sense than anything else. Like, I've had a different opinion on a lot of things from most of my friends from most of my life. Mm-hmm. Doesn't make us stop being friends. What makes me stop being friends with people is their attitude towards me and towards my position on things. If you're going to tell me that I'm wrong or stupid for believing what I believe, then I'll show you the door.
Like, you can hate what I believe in. I do not care. But to hold it against me as if I am wrong for believing something that's when I lose respect for someone.
Like, now fucking Billie Eilish is making the rounds because of that stupid comment she made at the Grammys. And now they're like, well, you're on stolen land and blah, 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 blah. When are you going to give that back?
Oh my
It's like,
God.
Why don't you all shut the fuck up? Stop giving a flying fuck what a 24-year-old nothing is talking about and go report on some real shit. Some real things that actually matter, that are actually pertinent to our lives, instead of buying into this hype about like the running joke now is, when did award shows become, free-for-alls for politics and stuff like that? And it's just like, that's not what they're there for.
No. That's not what you don't hope to win an award so that you can get up on that stage and you've got 90 seconds. 90 Jesus.
90 seconds?
90 seconds to tell everyone, to unburden your conscience. And I don't remember where I heard it, but I will always say it, that, when you have a voice, you have to be careful how you use it, and that when it comes to people, like, this was the whole thing that Johnny Carson always did, was Johnny Carson did not talk about these things on his show.
And he was revered.
And he was absolutely revered, because this is not what he was meant for. This is not what his show was meant for. It's not for espousing opinions about these things and everything, Like, if he had a comic on who made a joke about something, it's like, fine, but I'm not, we're not going to sit down on the couch and talk about, what's wrong with the planet. That's not what he was there for. And, the same thing that, like you said, Gene Simmons and Elvis and Dolly Parton were saying and everything, that, like, these are not the people that their opinions on these things shouldn't matter to you.
Like, I really hate the fact that it became available to me to dive into these sorts of things. Like, it became a possibility for me to learn what my favorite celebrities' feelings were on certain things, because then that colors my opinion. Like, I'm well aware that a lot of my favorite musicians lean in the opposite direction from me. And that really kind of sucks to be able to find out. But I have to remind myself that I'm a fan of their artistry.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to hold on to the fact that I'm a fan of their artistry because I don't want my opinion of them as a person to alter my opinion of what they've contributed to my life.
Well, I mean, it's how people say that, certain people say that all art is political.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Just like how somebody once told me that all punk rock is political, and no, it's not.
No, it's not. There is always a reason for creating art, and it's not to shake up the world. Like, it doesn't have to be. Some of it is, and that's perfectly fine. But to stand there and tell me as an artist that all art is political, I'm just going to have to assume that you are saying I'm not an artist then. Because my art is not political. Period. I'm still pretty good.
I think so.
Thank you.
You did those 3, political pieces at that one time.
Yeah.
And I wasn't crazy about them, but
no one was.
But well, no, that's not true because a lot of people bought the prints.
There is a certain niche.
Yeah.
There is definitely a niche market for something like that, but those are. That's it. I went to a point and I got it out of my system.
I mean, that doesn't mean that there isn't somebody out there that wants the full size canvas hanging in their reception room or like whatever, or their tattoo gallery. But. You as an artist didn't limit yourself to that one niche or style, just like I haven't limited, like when we played the show at Toads, I ran into Sean Nolan, who I hadn't seen in a very long time. And we were standing there talking and he's just like, you really are a jack of all trades. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you've been in so many different like every time I see you, you're playing for a different band. And I'm just like, because I really enjoy doing what I do. I enjoy lending my abilities to wherever my friends will have me.
And it's not about espousing your opinions.
No, it's trying to add my talents to, what my friends are looking for. And it has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing to do with personal beliefs or whatever. If somebody asks me to play guitar or play bass or play whatever on in their band or on their record or whatever, like, if you're my friend, fuck yeah.
And it's not about gaining an audience based on whether or not you agree on certain things. I mean, that's just it, You are not a soapboxer.
I mean, what was it, 2-3 bands ago, whatever it was, like I learned real quick that, because the guys gaslit me as any chance they could. I learned real quick that our politics were very, very different. And it's just like, listen, I'm just here to play guitar and have a good time. Like I don't want to get into deep intellectual conversations with you about how wrong you think my opinion is. Like,
it's like, I don't find you intellectual, so I would rather not get into this. Let's play.
And play we did.
This was a good talk.
It was a necessary talk.
Yeah.
Towards getting people to wake the fuck up. People talk about what, like, there's a lot of people who need to be woken up in the true sense, and that's you need to get off your fucking phone. You need to stop buying into the hype and the bullshit and the paranoia that is being fed to you every single day. And what I would really like to see, I'd like to see more people thinking for themselves.
Well, that's just it. Is hypothetically speaking, if you were all alone in your life, what would you think? What would you believe?
Like
it might amaze some people.
Like, as the trainer in my office, it's my job to show the new people how to do the job safely, properly, this and the other thing. But a lot of times I take it upon myself to introduce things to them that they didn't learn in the academy that are just common sense. It's like, you understand process of elimination, right? And I can't tell you how many people don't even know what that means. Like, that's baffling, but that's a whole nother story. But, there are a lot of things that I've thought would help people do the job better. And I introduce them to them because it's like, well, that makes sense to you, doesn't it? They usually say yes. And it's like, yeah, when you're out there on your own, you're out there on your own. You need to be able to use your better judgment sometimes to make snap decisions.
Yeah. I mean, it's this bandwagoning that is sort of killing the idea of self-sufficiency. You know, you are so, your personality is so dependent on other people's opinions, not of you, but just in general, other people's opinions, that you could not sustain a personality on your own. That is so sad.
See, I don't want to be dependent on other people.
I'm not.
I like being self-sufficient. I like forming my own opinion. I love being able to count on myself and not have to wait around for somebody to give me the answer or gain their approval or their permission or whatever. It's like,
exactly.
Time's ticking.
I am unapologetically me. That seems to be a thing these days, is being unapologetically yourself. But the people who tout such a thing are not. They're not unapologetically themselves. They're unapologetically the people around them. That's sad. Stop it. Looking at you. But this was a good talk, all right? Please, take to social media and tell all your friends how good we are. And thank you for joining us. We had a blast. Please find us on social media. We are there. And we don't really, you know, we try and be funny.
Get us coffee.
Buy us coffee. It's a good thing. But find us on social media. We're on Instagram, DT Andy and JJ Star with 2 R's. You can email us, DTAndy and JJ Star @gmail.com. And
questions,
you can,
comments, concerns for our well-being.
You want to finish it?
Isn't that it?
No, conversation starters and enders. And if anyone has something that they would like to talk about, please, we welcome it. This year, we're closing out. We're rounding the end.
We allow the comments.
We are rounding we're going down, you know, around the clubhouse turn in the last straightaway of season 2. We are going to be in season 3 soon, and we would love to have some people come and talk to us. That would be cool.
I think I'm going to redo the theme song.
Oh God. Okay.
Well, why not?
All right.
We had a season 1 theme song. We have had a season 2 theme song.
All right. Well, you have like a month and a half to get it together.
I can knock this out in an hour.
Sick. But yes,
I have everything I need now.
You can also find Love Hard Art not only on Instagram, but at the Villain Arts Tattoo Festival in Portland, Maine, the Maine Tattoo Festival in Thompson's Point. We will be there February 27th, 28th, and March 1st. It is coming up, and I'm excited. March 1st is also Sadie Dog's birthday. My Sadie G, she's going to be 15, and all the tips go to her. So please bring cash. Tax Collectors and Harlots is doing a thing, right?
February 22nd.
Yes.
Sugar Hollow Tap Room in Danbury, Connecticut.
Yes.
We are there. We are on at 5 p.m. Come one, come all. We are playing with Nerve Endings. We are playing with Trust Fund Rejects. Maybe one other band. There will be quesadillas. There will be good drinks.
You keep talking about these quesadillas.
Their quesadillas are all right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's either quesadillas or bags of chips. Like, if you have to choose one or the other, like.
And while you're at it, the fam from Coat of Arms Tattoo in Bethel, Connecticut, you can find them on Instagram. You can also find them at the New England Tattoo Festival this April 17th through 19th at Mohegan Sun Casino.
Have you posted what Eric just did? Have you posted pictures?
I haven't. I took a photo and I haven't actually gotten it up yet. Yeah. I've been so concerned with how fucking itchy it is that I have been distracted to hell and back about actually posting about it, but I will be posting about it probably in the next day or so.
It's a work in progress, but it still looks pretty good, and if you guys stay tuned, you will see it, and you know.
Yes. Hint.
Go book your time with Eric and company, and
hint. If you haven't seen Return of the Living Dead from 1985, please go watch it because it's fucking funny, and it'll make my leg make a lot more sense. But I think that's it. That's it for tonight. That's a full lid. Yes, from the three of us.
Jake, you owe me a soda.
Can I at least finish the outro?
Go.
From the three of us, don't punch me. From the three of us at the Talking Podcast, I'm JJ Star.
And I'm Downtown Andy.
We'll talk to you later.